The Pittsburgh Steelers have many reasons to be excited about the upcoming season. Despite several changes taking place on defense, the most noticeable difference for this year's team is the quarterback spot. Future Hall of Fame man Aaron Rodgers is tasked with leading the organization to the promised land. As they attempt to get back to the postseason for the third year in a row, one of his skill position groups projects to factor into progress in a major way. No, it isn't running back. It isn't wide receiver, either. It's tight end. Allow Rodgers to explain. Aaron Rodgers has tremendous praise for Steelers' tight end rotation. Speaking to the media ahead of Week 1, Rodgers dropped some huge praise on Pittsburgh's combo of tight ends. He believes this is the top collective he's had in over 2 decades in the NFL. I think it's the best tight end room that I've been around in 21 years because you have 4 extremely capable guys, Rodgers said. We had different runs at Green Bay, where we had some great players, but just the depth that we have here, with 4 guys who you feel great about having on field at any time. They all have different skill sets they bring to the table. To Rodgers' point, there is a nice mix of talent and proven production here. At the top of the depth chart, both Pat Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith are enticing players. That duo should allow the Steelers to run more 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, after ranking 12th a year ago per Sumer Sports. The former is coming off a full season with career highs in receptions, 65, and touchdowns, 7. He also posted his highest success rate, 62.8%, since entering the league as a second-round pick in 2022. He's excited for the year. The latter just broke out with the Miami Dolphins and made the Pro Bowl after hauling in 88 passes for 884 yards and 8 touchdowns. He was acquired via trade this offseason. There's also intriguing depth. Both Darnell Washington and hybrid piece Connor Hayward can factor into the game plan throughout the season. Rodgers singles out Darnell Washington ahead of season. Washington, in particular, sticks out as a fun player in Rodgers' mind. He thinks the veteran tight end's blend of size and athleticism makes him a unique piece. I can't even say who's the most impressive, maybe the biggest guy in the room, Washington, because of how many things he can do down the field in the passing game, Rodgers said. There was a lot of conversation about, is he in the right position? The other day, we had a practice during that week before the 4 days off, and I threw him a bunch of balls in the red zone, and I was just thinking to myself, he's definitely in the right position. He's so big and so athletic. For a man of that size to be that skilled in the passing game is pretty impressive. Not to mention what he does on the line of scrimmage. Listed at 6'7" and 264 pounds, Washington is a premier blocking threat. He can also do a bit in the passing game, as evidenced by his 19 grabs for 200 yards and a score last year in Pittsburgh. Hayward has stuck around the organization since joining as a 6th-round pick in 2022. He can line up out wide in spurts, inline, or as a fullback. There's plenty to go around in terms of skill. That's music to Rodgers' ears as year 1 as a Steeler and year 21 in the league soon launches. If you thought Will Howard's hand injury seemed bizarre, you're not alone. The Pittsburgh Steelers rookie quarterback and 2025 6th-round pick fractured a bone in his right hand on a simple center exchange late in Steelers training camp. We didn't think much of it at first, but the strange injury even his doctors baffled. Howard recently went on the Down to Business podcast, where he finally told the full story of how he broke his hand. It was an under-center snap was how it happened, Howard said. The doctors were like, we've never seen anything like this happen. Snapped it into my hand and jammed my pinky out, and it broke this bone right here. A quarterback breaking their hand on a simple exchange under center isn't an injury you hear every day, and it's one that had Howard's doctors in disbelief. It was crazy, Howard continued. Everyone was like, I thought you just jammed your finger. I finished that drill, had a couple plays, then I went to the next drill. I couldn't even grab the football. I was like, something is messed up. I have to get this checked out. And I went up, I was like, I'll be right back down. I'm just going to get x-rayed. Make sure I'm cool. Went up there. Sure enough, it was broken. The Pittsburgh Steelers have already had bad injury luck with rookie draft picks. Because of the unfortunate and fluky hand injury, the Pittsburgh Steelers never got to see Will Howard take the field for a preseason game. The Ohio State Championship quarterback was later placed on IR with a designation to return to begin the season. Unfortunately, this isn't the only bad injury luck the Steelers have had with their rookie draft class. In the preseason finale against the Carolina Panthers, first-round defensive lineman Derek Harmon went down with what was initially feared to be a serious knee injury. It turns out that it was an MCL sprain for Harmon, and he'll be out at least the first few weeks. Over the past few years, the Steelers lost former rookie draft picks Calvin Austin III and Corey Trice Jr. to season-ending injuries before their rookie campaigns even kicked off, while 2024 third-round pick Roman Wilson suited up for just 5 snaps last season after dealing with a high ankle sprain and a hamstring issue. The biggest loss happened last year when rookie offensive tackle and first-round pick Troy Fautanu suffered a season-ending knee injury after just 1 game. Howard was simply the next in line of a long list of bad rookie injury luck for the Steelers. With the severity of Will Howard's hand injury, the rookie was already put behind the developmental curve, and being shut down for the season is still an option. The Pittsburgh Steelers weren't planning to use their rookie QB this year anyway, but we would like him to get every practice rep possible to aid his development. Who would have thought a center snap exchange would have caused such a big issue? Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver trade target Jakobi Meyers plans to keep fighting for his trade request out of the Las Vegas Raiders organization unless they give him an extension. Meyers talked with the media for the first time since his trade request and plans to keep practicing and playing out of loyalty to his teammates, but expects respect from the organization, too. I asked. They said, "No, that's where that stopped," Meyers said. "For me, it don't stop. I'm still pushing to take care of my family every day. So if it stops for them, I'm going to have to bring it back up or something. For me, it ain't dead yet. I'm going to keep fighting." Meyers adds he has no idea what the Raiders are thinking or if they would be willing to give him an extension. Raiders general manager John Spytek said last week there were no plans to trade Meyers. "I really don't know where it's going to go," Meyers said. "But like I said, I'm ready to go if you want me to go. I'm ready if you need me to play." If things break down, the best time for the Raiders to move Meyers would be at the trade deadline. That could be a player the Steelers would keep tabs on over the season if their situation does not improve, either. The Steelers traded for Mike Williams at the trade deadline last year. Another similar move could be coming down the pipe in 2025.